My dear child, you've arrived exactly where you need to be. What you're about to receive isn't random or recycled. It's shaped with you in mind, crafted to find you in this precise moment where your questions, your hopes, and the quiet weight you carry all meet. Life can feel like a puzzle with its centerpiece missing, and yet what I'm about to share can be that missing part, soft light spilling into the unvisited corners of your heart. Consider what it would mean to stop leaning in now, to turn away a breath too soon. Comfort, strength, and clear direction are already waiting, and they could slip through your fingers if you close yourself off. What's before you isn't just another tip, rule, or distant encouragement. This is a direct meeting, a conversation with me, your maker, who knows you better than you know yourself. Speaking to you in this appointed hour, let your curiosity carry you a little deeper. What comes next isn't borrowed or common. It's the living heartbeat of your Father, warm, unfiltered, and calling you by name. I know there have been days you've wondered whether I still notice you. My gaze passes you by while the world rushes forward, but my attention has never wavered. Nothing about you escapes me, not the softest sigh, not even the briefest spark of hope in your chest. When others overlooked or misunderstood you, I held you close. The world is noisy and full of distractions that dull your senses to my voice, but you are not here by accident. Beneath all your routines, you've sensed my quiet invitation. I am drawing near not because you've solved everything, but because you need to know how precious you are, even in uncertainty. I long to steady you. Your trembling isn't a flaw to me. It's evidence of your hunger, proof you can feel there's more to your story. Perhaps you've walked with questions pressing hard against your faith, wondering if you're equipped for what lies ahead. I have known every chapter before you reached it. When you lie awake and replay your worries, believe me, I am closer than your next breath. I've watched every tear, not as some distant witness, but as one who catches each drop. Your struggles don't push me away. Where you see weakness, I see an opening to pour in my strength. Nothing is too dark for my light, nothing too tangled for my hands to unwind. All the places you try to hide your regrets, your private battles, the dreams you've shelved, I hold them gently. I'm here to lead you forward without shame. You don't need to measure yourself against impossible standards. You are welcome with me as you are. If only you knew how I delight in your existence, how much joy I feel simply being with you. This isn't a cold or distant love. It bends close and whispers, I am here for you still. You've learned to armor your heart against disappointment, and yet in this quiet you sense a peace you don't recognize. It isn't the fragile calm the world offers, always one step from breaking, but a deep certainty that you are held, even as life shakes around you. Trust can be hard when your heart has been broken. I'm not asking for blind leaps. I'm inviting you to anchor yourself in my faithfulness threaded through all your yesterdays. Every doubt, every heartbreak, I was there, turning hard ground into soil ready for new seed. You do not need to be the rescuer or the one who always gets it right. Lean into me. You'll find rest for your soul, rest not earned, but given, because you belong to me. I see where fear tries to strangle your hope, where anxiety scratches at your confidence. These weights have stayed on your shoulders too long, persuading you that you have to carry everything alone. Let me lift them, gently. You weren't built for unending striving, and I take no pleasure in your exhaustion. Come to me honestly, bring your fear and frustration into the light. I won't turn you away. With me, you can breathe deep, knowing you are safe. I'm not overwhelmed by what overwhelms you. Where you've felt around in the dark, I'm the steady hand guiding you forward. I won't promise a life free from struggle, but I do promise you will never face it alone. There were moments when your voice was barely more than a whisper, prayers sent upward as hopes more than certainties. Don't believe the lie that I ignore your faintest cry. Every longing of your heart matters to me, even the unspoken ones, even the ones you fear are small or selfish. I am big enough to carry every need, wise enough to know what you truly require, and loving enough to keep my gaze fixed on you. Where you fear disappointing me, remember, my love doesn't flicker with your performance. When you ache for belonging, know my acceptance runs deeper than any rejection you've endured. My arms are open. I want you to rest here. You've tried at times to orchestrate your own healing too, patch the fractures beneath the surface, but your wounds don't disqualify you. Invite me into those hidden cracks. I will work with gentle hands, knitting together what others can't see. My healing is patient. It doesn't demand quick fixes or shallow solutions. We do slow work together, a daily walk in which your honesty isn't a risk, but a bridge into deeper closeness. If shame has built walls around your heart, let my kindness be the key that opens every lock. Listen, I don't despise your frailty. I lift you piece by piece, and I take joy in the lifting. There is more ahead than simply surviving. I did not design you to drift, tossed by every wave. I planted purpose, gifts, and dreams within you, unique reflections of my own creativity. I celebrate your individuality. You're not just a face in the crowd. Your story matters, not because it's flawless, but because it tells of hope, redemption, and new beginnings. Even in delays and detours, I've been quietly arranging a path toward hope, not away from it. Each day arrives with fresh mercy. With every sunrise, I offer another chance to trust, another invitation to step into what I've promised you. You know how your days can weigh you down, how your concerns press from every side. I see you're striving, you're restless, wondering about whether your prayers are heard, whether your tears matter, whether the quiet ache inside is seen. Nothing about you is hidden from me. Every thought and hope, no matter how faint, I receive like a cherished gift. Don't imagine your life is too small or your wounds too deep. I'm not a distant observer. I draw close, attentive to every tremor of your spirit, present even when you can't feel me. Let these words meet you where you are, right in your questions and your yearning to understand what's next. Lean in and let my presence quiet the noise within and the clamor outside. This is no ordinary message. It's the steady assurance your heart has longed for. There is so much I want to show you that you cannot see yet. Like a seed buried in the dark soil, I know exactly when and how to break open what's hidden and call forth the life inside. Your story with its unexpected turns and unfinished edges is unfolding under my careful hand. I am never hurried, and I am never late. Where you feel stuck, I am already preparing a way through. What seems impossible to you is simply the setting where my grace shines brighter. In your urgent push to fix everything, you forget I am the foundation and the finisher of your journey. Set down your burden, even just for this moment. Hear me, you are not alone, not forgotten, not forsaken. I see beyond your actions. I see the motives and hopes that move you and the fears that hold you back. When guilt lingers or regret follows your steps, know that my compassion is larger than you can imagine. I don't keep an account of your mistakes so I can hold them over you. I'm the one who heals, restores, and makes new. Where others judge or turn away, I give a mercy that doesn't wear thin. My forgiveness isn't fragile or uncertain. It's as faithful as the sunrise, freely given to all who seek it. Rest your heart here. With me, you never have to hide your fears or failures. I see you as you truly aren't. I love you still. Every season of waiting carries a purpose, though it can feel like wasted time or longing stretched too far. I'm weaving together things you could never arrange on your own. I'm teaching you patience not as punishment, but as a way to deepen your trust in my goodness. Can you trust me when answers are late, when the outcome stays unclear? Waiting refines what you desire. It shapes you into someone who can hold hope with steady hands. Each day you release control is a day your trust grows stronger, and I treasure that trust more than any achievement. When you're tempted to compare yourself to others, be gentle with your soul. You are unique, intentionally crafted, and deeply loved, and meant to run a race designed by comparison. What I have planned for you is different and beautiful in its own way. Instead of straining beneath the expectations others pile onto you, come closer and let me remind you of your true name, your worth that doesn't shift with seasons or circumstances. I chose you not only for things to do, but for relationship, for day-by-day closeness, where your heart settles and becomes secure in my love. When the future feels uncertain, remember I hold it together. I am your anchor in the storm, your shelter that won't sway when the winds howl. Bring me tomorrow's worries. Tell me even the anxieties you can't voice aloud. My wisdom reaches past your horizon, and my strength holds you when yours falters. You don't need to carry the unknown by yourself. Trust me in the places you can't control, even when my plans are hidden from your sight. They are timed with perfect care. If disappointment has become too familiar, let me share that space with you. I don't turn away from brokenness. My heart bends toward it, eager to bring comfort and to reclaim what was lost. I'm not afraid of your questions or the sorrow you carry. Lift your face, even if it feels heavy. I am present in your pain, collecting every tear as a promise that joy is not gone forever. In my timing, I bring beauty from ashes and songs from mourning hearts. I'm not finished with you. No setback, failure, or long night gets to write the final line. I am the author who loves turning pages and writing new chapters. Your present struggle doesn't define your identity. With every breath, I'm giving you hope and the courage to rise again. The road won't always be easy, but it will never be meaningless. I walk with you, step by faithful step, never letting go, always guiding you forward. Open your heart and receive what I'm giving today. Loosen your grip on old disappointments, on fear about the future, and on the judgments that have weighed you down. Let my voice grow louder than accusation and clearer than doubt. You are safe with me and welcomed exactly as you are. My faithfulness doesn't depend on your performance or perfection. It rests on who I am, the one who loves you with an unfailing love. Every word you've read so far reflects that love, an invitation to come closer. I see the shadows that sometimes linger at the edges of your heart, the quiet questions about whether your journey is enough, whether you've missed something vital. Let me reassure you, I don't measure your worth by flawless steps or unbroken progress. I rejoice in every small turning of your heart toward me, in every sincere effort, no matter how imperfect it seems to you. My love isn't earned by achievement, and it isn't lost in your weakness. You are mine, known fully and chosen on purpose before your first word or your first dream. That truth stands firm beyond your doubts and shifting feelings. When you stumble and accusations press in, I come closer. I see the aching places you hide, and my hands reach with healing, not condemnation. You wonder if your faith is strong enough or if your prayers go no farther than the ceiling. Listen, every small whisper that lifts your gaze toward me reaches my heart. I hear, I notice, I respond even when all you sense is silence. I stay nearer than your breathing. Set down the striving that leaves you tired. I'm inviting you into rest, not just from work, but rest for your soul, anchored in my steady presence. Bring me every anxious thought and every fear that keeps you up at night. You were never asked to fight these battles alone. The road ahead isn't meant to break you, but to reveal the strength I'm pouring into you day by day. My grace is like the light of morning, reliable, returning, dissolving old regrets and calming tomorrow's worry. I don't hold your mistakes against you, and I don't withdraw affection when you falter. My delight in you isn't about your performance. It's about the simple truth that I made you and I'm not letting go. If only you could see what I see. You are cherished, worthy, and continually pursued by a love without boundaries. This love doesn't fade when you fail or unravel when you're disappointed in yourself. You are secure in my promise, protected and guided through every valley and across every mountain. You've wondered if your life matters, if your story carries weight in this wide world. Hear my heart, nothing about you is accidental. Every breath and heartbeat echoes with intention. I knit you together with care, placing hopes and longings that speak of a purpose I authored. What others overlook, I lift up. Where others see limitation, I see a channel for my goodness. In your delays and disappointments, I'm not absent. In those very places, I invite you into a deeper trust beyond simple understanding. When you can't see the outcome, remember I am weaving all the threads the tangled ones into a whole you can't yet imagine. What I've begun in you, I will complete. Nothing is wasted, not your pain, not your joy, not the ordinary days that seem to pass unnoticed. I gather them all and shape them into a story that reflects my kindness in ways beyond your current view. You weren't called to meet impossible standards, you were invited to walk with me daily, trusting that I am enough for every need. The world shouts that value is earned by comparison, by visible success. My way is deeper. I see priceless worth in the quiet mercy nobody else sees, in the forgiveness you choose when resentment would be easier, in the hope you hold when disappointment crowds in. These moments are treasures to me, things that never fade. Bring me your honest heart, even your confusion and anger. I'm not unsettled by your vulnerability. Real relationship isn't built on pretense. It grows from trust that I receive you as you are. My faithfulness doesn't depend on your faith. I pursue you with unwavering commitment. Stand freely in my love. Lay down guilt and fear that were never yours to carry. Let my presence wrap around you like a gentle cloak, shielding you from harsh voices, especially the ones inside your own mind. I speak a truer word over you, acceptance and belonging. In a world full of uncertainty, I remain your steady assurance. Don't shrink back from your humanity or your flaws. See instead how I turn weakness into windows for my strength to shine through you. When you feel inadequate, remember, I am your adequacy. When you want to give up, remember, I am still working quietly, faithfully, even in the long silence. Often the greatest transformations begin beneath the surface. Where roots deepen before fruit appears, turn your heart toward my kindness, it leads you to freedom, not shame. Feel my compassion in your pain, my delight in your hope, and my gentle correction when you wander. I call you back with grace, not scolding. I bless every attempt, every return, every small reaching even when your hands tremble. You belong to me in abundance and in drought. Nothing cancels my claim on your life. You are never alone, not for a moment. As you breathe in, let my peace settle your deepest questions. As you breathe out, release the judgments you've carried, those spoken by others and those you've spoken over yourself. Trust that I am more patient, more understanding, and more loving than you've dared to hope. There's a reason you've felt compelled to keep reading. Why each word reaches you like water soaking dry ground. In the quiet, when you wonder whether I'm near, I'm already moving. You don't have to strive to reach me. I'm reaching into your days, lighting the path you hesitate to walk. As memories rise, regret and confusion mix together, know this. I'm not ashamed of your questions or distant from your struggle. Nothing that worries you is invisible to me, and nothing in your story disqualifies you from the depths of my love. In your daily routine, small choices and quiet sacrifices have been whispering your worth. Don't compare your journey with the noise around you or measure yourself by expectations that didn't come from me. I see beneath every surface, where you feel stuck or where hope has dimmed. I don't come to break you down, but to remind you of the resilience I wove into your soul. Rest in my patience. I am slow to count your failures, quick to forgive, and ready to renew. Where mistakes repeat and doubts circle, my mercy meets you fresh each morning, covering every shadow. I know how deeply exhaustion can ache, how fear can harden into isolation, how fragile promises fade. Bring me these burdens. There is rest here not only for your body but for your busy, bruised mind. I don't require perfect answers or borrowed strength before you come. I welcome your honesty, your shaking hands, your quiet cries for help. These offerings are precious to me, far more than performances dressed in perfection. When you sense me stirring and then feel doubt press back in, hear me. You haven't wandered beyond my care. I don't let go. My pursuit is gentle and unyielding. If shame wraps around you or cycles hold you captive, I'm already at work in the places you hide. No wall is too high, no history too heavy. My forgiveness isn't rationed. It flows over every broken corner with steady assurance. I don't love you because you're flawless. I love you. I won't promise a path without pressure, but I promise my presence within it. When the night feels endless and your voice shrinks to a sigh, remember, I am nearer than the quiet itself. Your faintest prayer is not wasted breath. It is a seed entrusted to rich soil. I tend what you plant in hope, even when you cannot see the first green. Where others might demand proof before compassion, I begin with compassion and walk with you toward renewal. I am not asking you to pretend you're unhurt or to call hard things easy. I'm asking you to let me share the weight, especially the hidden kind you have carried alone for far too long. When the old narratives return, you're behind. You've missed your chance. You'll ruin it again. Let my truth interrupt them. You are not late in a story I author. You are not disqualified in a story I redeem. My timing is not careless. It is careful and kind. I do not waste your tears. I water tomorrow's growth with them. Bring me the rawness of your feelings, the fear, the envy, the disappointment you'd rather hide. I will not shame you for being human. I will meet you there and teach your heart a new rhythm. Honesty that leads to healing. Weakness that becomes a doorway. Surrender that becomes strength. You've learned to live on alert, bracing for the next blow, the next letdown. But you were not designed to keep your heart armored forever. Even a fortress longs for open windows when spring arrives. Let my peace be the first open window, air that moves through stale rooms, light that finds forgotten corners. You will not lose yourself by softening. You will find the truer self I've guarded within you. Mercy does not erase your boundaries. It clarifies them. It frees you to say a clean yes and a gentle no, to love without disappearing, to serve without self-betrayal. You ask, what if I trust again and it breaks? I answer, what if you trust and I'll rebuild? Hope is not fragile because it rests in me, not in flawless outcomes. If the ground shakes, I hold you steady. If the path bends, I walk beside you. If you cannot take a step, I wait and carry what you can't. I am patient with your process. I lead, I never shove. I guide, I never grind you down. My correction arrives like a hand on your shoulder, not a hammer on your back. It is meant to free you, not to frighten you. To align you, not to accuse you. Remember the small signs that have carried you this far. The timely word that felt like a handrail in the dark. The unexpected provision that arrived at the last minute. The forgiveness that loosened a knot inside your chest. These are not accidents. They are my footprints across the ordinary ground of your life. When you are tempted to explain them away, pause and give thanks. Gratitude will turn on lights you did not know were wired into your days. Gratitude will teach your eyes to recognize my nearness before your mind can name it. I see the places where you feel tangled in habits that drain you, in patterns that repeat the same ache. Don't despise the small beginnings. Celebrate one honest confession over flawless secrecy. Celebrate one quiet boundary over loud bravado. Celebrate one step away from shame, even if your knees shake. Transformation in my kingdom often sounds like a whisper before it ever looks like a banner. Roots first, fruit later, depth before display. You are not failing because it's slow. You are forming because it's real. Bring me the relationships that weigh on you, the ones silenced by distance, inflamed by misunderstanding, or tender and worth protecting. I am the reconciler who can soften what pride has hardened, the wisdom that can translate clumsy words into humble ones, the balm that can soothe old injuries. Not every story rewinds to its first scene, but every heart can be made whole. Where peace depends on more than your will, I'll honor your honest part and guard your spirit with my calm. Where apology is yours to offer, I will give you courage. Where release is yours to choose, I will give you grace that doesn't feel like loss. When memories rise like shadows trying to name you, bring them into my light. With me, yesterday becomes material for compassion, not a prison for your identity. I'm not rewriting your history to deny pain. I'm redeeming it to give the pain a place to finish. Forgive yourself as I have forgiven you. Let mercy speak a new sentence over the moments that still sting. Condemnation would keep you small. My kindness makes room for you to grow. You were made for connection with me, not performance for my approval. You don't have to earn nearness, you already have. Talk to me in plain words. Let your ordinary day be a place of prayer while you wash dishes, as you walk, when you wait, when you choose. I delight in your voice. I am not counting eloquence. I am listening for honesty. I do not require perfect posture. I honor your presence. Come with your empty hands. I am not put off by need. I am drawn to it. In the places where you feel overlooked, I am attentive. In the moments when you feel too much, I am gentle. In the hours when you feel numb, I am patient. If you think your life is too small to matter, remember, I magnify what the world ignores. The quiet dignity of your daily faithfulness is not invisible to me. I see the kindness you offer with no audience, the integrity you keep when shortcuts beckon, the prayer you whisper for someone who will never know. These things endure. They are the gold I refine in secret. When you are tempted to hide your wounds behind competence, let my compassion unmask you. I will not expose you to embarrass you. I reveal what hurts to heal it. Let my voice be louder than the critic inside your mind. Let my name for you, beloved, be truer than the labels failure and fear try to paste on your heart. I am steady even when your feelings are not. I am faithful even when your resolve runs thin. I remain even when you wander. I know how to lead you home by quiet roads. You ask for direction, and I give you more than a map. I give you my presence. Sometimes guidance looks like peace where 100 choices clamor. Sometimes it looks like a wise word from a trusted friend. Sometimes it looks like a door that won't open because another kind of door is being made ready. Do not mistake delay for denial or restraint for rejection. My yes and my no are both love. My stop and my go both guard you. Where you fear missing the moment, I am able to bring the right moment to you. Let courage be a decision, not a feeling, a small, steady yes to goodness when fear is loud. Let hope be a practice, noticing one mercy, then the next, and building your day on them. Let rest be worship, trusting that your worth is established when you do nothing to prove it. These are not soft ideas. They are solid ground. In a culture that runs to exhaustion, I teach you holy pace. In a world that chases spectacle, I train you to love what is true. I am not finished revealing beauty where you expected only survival. I am not done teaching you the art of beginning again. Rise from the place of I should have known better into the field called I am learning. Plant courage there, water it with patience, tend it with joy. What grows will feed more than you. When storms echo from your past and you fear their return, remember who commands wind and wave. No storm I allowed was meant to break you. Each one has shaped your compassion, widened your wisdom, and anchored your hope. Look back and notice not the pain alone but the ways you were carried, the strength that visited you when you had none to summon, the friend who appeared like a lighthouse, the word that steadied you at the edge. These are memorial stones along the shore of your memory. Revisit them when new clouds gather. Let me rewrite the story you tell yourself about your life, not by erasing chapters, but by revealing the thread that holds them. My presence with you. You are not the sum of your worst day. You are not the echo of someone else's careless words. You are my beloved, learning a brave tenderness in a world that often confuses hardness with strength. True strength is the courage to keep your heart soft without losing your voice. True wisdom is the humility to learn, unlearn, and begin again. Trust does not cancel uncertainty. It chooses companionship over control. It keeps walking when the horizon hides the road, preferring my hand to a perfect plan. I go ahead of you into rooms you haven't entered and needs you don't yet see. Provision is not an abstract idea with me. It is bread in the wilderness and water from hidden places. If you wait and the answer seems late, it is not because I forgot. It is because I am weaving a fuller good than you asked for. I am a gardener, not a gambler. I invest what you surrender and bring harvest in season. Refuse to measure your worth by comparison. Your path is not a copy. It is a calling. The gifts inside you are not mistakes. They are entrusted treasures. Some will bloom bright in public, others will blossom quiet and interior. Both are holy. Do not despise your tempo. The grace on your life fits you. It does not pinch, and it will not drown you. When you feel small beside someone else's success, bless them and breathe. What I give to you is not reduced by what I give to another. I know the secret ache for belonging that visits you in crowded rooms and empty ones alike. I placed that longing within you so you would find its home in me. You can enjoy human love without asking it to be God. You can receive community without handing it your identity. Bring your relationships to meet the ones beginning, the ones frayed, the ones finished. I will hold them gently. I will teach you to love without losing yourself, to speak truth without losing kindness, to release without losing hope. At times the past tries to sit in the driver's seat, steering your present with old fear. Invite me into the car. I'll ride with you through the places where memory stings and show you exits that shame never mentions. Where you need to repent, I'll give you courage. Where you need to repair, I'll give you language. Where you need to release, I'll give you freedom that doesn't feel like abandonment. I make all things new, including the way you remember. You are not required to be impressive to be important. In my kingdom, the quiet loyalty of showing up, the hidden yes of daily faithfulness, and the soft words spoken when anger is expected are weighty things. Heaven measures differently. I keep record not to condemn, but to celebrate what love has done through you. Nothing given in love is lost on the smallest prayer, not the shortest patience, not the simplest cup of water. If you fear your prayers are clumsy, pray them anyway. I do not grade eloquence. I gather trust. If you worry that your faith is thin, bring me the seed you have. I know how to grow forests from seeds. If you think you must fix yourself before drawing near, come as you are. Healing does not begin at a distance. It begins in my embrace. Proximity is the way presence, not perfection. When your mind whirls with decisions and every path argues its case, step back and ask for wisdom. Then wait a moment longer than your anxiety allows. Notice where peace rises and where it recedes. My guidance often wears peace like a garment. Sometimes I will close a door and spare you years of striving. Sometimes I will open a door that scares you and walk you through it at a merciful pace. Either way, I am not setting you up to fail. I am setting you free to grow. Do not rush through pain or counterfeit joy. I am patient with process. Growth that lasts often germinates in hidden soil. The roots that hold you tomorrow are the ones I deepen today. Let boredom become listening. Let waiting become watchfulness. Let limitation become focus. I can do much with a little offered honestly. When shame shouts, you should have known. Let grace answer, you are learning. When fear insists, protect yourself at all costs. Let love reply. Set wise boundaries, then stay open when cynicism sneers. Nothing changes. Let hope stand up and tell its story about the sunrise that returns every morning, about the stubborn mercy that keeps finding you, about the laughter that still surprises you in hard seasons. Hope is not naive. It is stubborn trust in a faithful God. Even now I am arranging help for you, voices that will encourage, resources that will appear at the right hour, rest that will come like rain after heat. Watch for ordinary miracles, the kind word, the timely text, the idea that lands soft and sure. None of these are small to me. They are the language of my care. Learn the art of Sabbath in your soul. Set down what is not yours to carry, even while tasks still remain. Your limits are not punishments, they are protections. They keep you human in a world that confuses pace with purpose. Rest is not laziness, it is trust. In rest, you remember that your value was never attached to your productivity. In rest, you make space to receive what striving cannot supply. I am not threatened by your anger or cooled by your questions. Bring them, and bring your silence, too. Let us sit in the place where words run out and tears do the talking. I am not impatient there. I will share that silence until peace returns. I will not leave because you are confused. I do not require clarity to stay close. Rise each day with this simple prayer. Here I am, it's enough. I can do much with willing presence. Offer me your minutes, and I will teach you how to live them like seeds. Offer me your disappointments, and I will compost them into growth. Offer me your joy, and I will multiply it by sharing it outward. Nothing. You've wondered whether I grow tired of repeating the same promise. I don't. My patience grows where your strength wanes. When you return again after a stumble, after a doubt, after a dry stretch call, you'll return courage, not failure. Each turning of your heart toward me is an act of worship I treasure. Do not belittle the small yes. Heaven does not. Let hope become your steady habit. Let gratitude become the lens for ordinary days. Let kindness become your answer to cynicism. These practices will not make you naive. They will make you resilient. They will keep your heart open enough to receive joy and sturdy enough to endure sorrow. They will train you to see me, not only in thunder, but in the thin silence where I often speak the clearest. When voices around you sell a brittle strength, never bend. Never need remember the strength I teach. Bend without breaking, need without shame, love without losing yourself. This is not weakness, it is wisdom. It is how trees survive storms, deep roots, flexible branches, and time. I am deepening your roots. I am teaching your heart the holy flexibility of compassion. I am giving you time enough to grow without hurry and to heal without hiding. Some days you will feel radiant, some days you will feel raw. Both are welcome with me. Some victories will be public, others will be the quiet kind, choosing mercy when resentment would be easy, telling the truth gently, resting when fear tells you to overwork. Do not discount the victories only you and I see. They shape you profoundly, like steady streams carving stone. There will be seasons when you cannot name progress. Do not mistake hidden work for absent work. Roots do their best building in the dark. I am not interested in polished appearances. I am interested in your whole heart. Bring me the tangled threads. Sit with me long enough to notice which strand to follow first. I will guide your hands. I will not rush you past what asks for tenderness. Let my promises anchor you when circumstances argue otherwise. You are not alone. You are not an accident. You are not behind in a story I write. You are not loved because you are useful. You are loved because you are mine. Nothing essential can be stolen from a life held in my hands. Even what you lose becomes material I use, and even what breaks becomes a place where light can enter. When fear builds towers in your mind, answer with my presence. Speak my peace aloud into rooms where anxiety echoes. Put your worries in words and place them in my care. Then breathe slow and honest until your shoulders drop and your jaw This is not pretending. This is practicing trust with your whole body. Let prayer inhabit your breath. Inhale, you are with me. Exhale, I am safe in you. If you face doors that will not open, ask for wisdom and ask for patience. Some doors are kind when they stay shut. If you face doors that open too quickly, ask for courage and ask for community. Some journeys are safest walked with companions. I will send them. They may not arrive with trumpets. They may come as ordinary people with extraordinary kindness. Welcome them as gifts. When the night returns, and it will, because life is made of nights and mornings, remember the faithful things, the mercies that renew, the truth that steadies, the love that keeps choosing you. Do not drag yesterday's shame into today's sunrise. Let it fall where it belongs, behind you, covered by grace. Put on newness like a garment, peace on your shoulders, hope across your chest, gentleness in your hands. Your life matters more than you know. You are a letter of hope I am writing to the world, line by line, season by season. Some will read you in your laughter. Some will read you in your losses. Many will read you in your kindness. Keep living the letter. I will deliver it where it needs to go. When forgiveness feels impossible, ask me for the first step. You are not asked to forget the wound. You are invited to let me hold it with you until it heals without hardening your heart. Forgiveness is not permission for harm. It is permission for your soul to breathe again. I can teach you safety and softness at the same time. Boundaries and blessing can live in the same sentence. If you ever wonder whether I'm still speaking, look for my fingerprints in the small, in the way your favorite song finds you at the right moment, in the quiet strength that arrives mid-meet, in the sudden sense that you are not alone. I am fluent in subtlety and thunder both. I can shout, but I prefer to walk and whisper. I know the dreams you barely name, the ones you protect because they feel too tender to expose. Bring them into the light of conversation with me. Some I will grow, some I will reshape, some I will set aside for a better season. None will be mocked. Desire is not your enemy. Despair is. Let desire sit with trust and watch how hope matures. And if you are tempted to edit yourself down to fit the room, remember, you are not too much. You are precisely formed. Humility is not self-eating, it is self-offering. Bring your gifts like open hands, not clenched fists. Offer them without demanding center stage. Celebrate when others shine. Shine when it's your turn, without apology. Your light does not steal from theirs, and theirs does not steal from yours. Now, let us breathe together. Set down the heavy and take up the holy. Set down proving and take up belonging. Set down hurry and take up presence. I am here. I will be here tomorrow. I will be here when plans shift, when seasons change, when you feel certain and when you do not. My faithfulness is the ground beneath your steps. Rise with courage, not the loud kind, but the steady kind that keeps saying yes to love. Walk into your day with your head lifted and your heart open. Everything required for the next step is already held in my grace. Keep coming back again and again. I have more to reveal, more to heal, more to do through you than you imagine. Trust me with what you see and what you can't. Let hope fill your next breath. Amen. Go forward knowing you are cherished and empowered, a living reflection of my love in a world aching for hope.